Hi everyone. So I've been wanting to do one of these channel update videos for quite a while now, now that we're approaching 500 subscribers, which I know in the YouTube world is mere peanuts, but I'm excited to see all the growth recently, and hopefully before too long we'll be hitting 1,000. And I just kind of wanted to explain a few changes that I've made to the channel and talk about my plans for the upcoming year and maybe changing some things up. So yeah, if you came here looking for some Nintendo news or for a review, now's your chance to pop out of the video. And for those of you who do care, hopefully you'll learn a few things about the channel and my plans for the future, and kind of explaining why I shifted gears this past year. So I know a lot of recent subscribers have probably come in from one of my review videos, and thank you very much for subscribing. I'm very happy to have you here. But I know there are some of you who started out at the very beginning when I was doing weekly Nintendo news recaps, and I kind of wanted to explain why I moved away from doing those. There's a couple reasons, and maybe it's something I'll be doing in the future, but at least for now, I think I'm gonna stick to mostly reviews, but I'll talk about that a little later. So the main reason I stopped doing those videos is because I was finding it really hard to grow the channel that way. A lot of the news story headlines were really competitive, and then of course I'd be going back through them at the end of the week. So sometimes the biggest stories would happen in the beginning of the week, and then at the end of the week it's old news and there's not a lot of search volume there. Sometimes the videos would do really well, and then other times they'd totally tank, and it just seemed really hit or miss. And it was a lot of work compiling all the news from the week and deciding what to talk about and what not to, and trying my best to make sure that I got everything right. So it was really discouraging when those videos really wouldn't do much, and I had noticed that I had done a couple other reviews kind of interspersed between my news update videos, and those just have much longer legs. People continue to search for that product, and things are a little less competitive there, and I just saw the difference in views and engagement with those videos was much higher. So I decided to go in that direction, at least for now, at least while I'm trying to build the channel up. And so far it's been working well. I've been growing a lot faster than I was when I was doing the news videos. But then the other reason really is that, you know, this isn't news to anybody, but 2020 was a pretty bizarre year, and there was some stuff going on, but you know, obviously Animal Crossing ended up being a massive hit, and there was all sorts of talk around that. But I think now we're kind of in the period of a little bit of like slack in the development cycle, having caught up from everything that happened in 2020. So things have been super quiet lately on the news front, so I am glad that I kind of pivoted away from that, at least for now. I really enjoyed doing the news videos, and I do think I eventually want to get back to doing a weekly recap video, especially once the channel grows a little more and I just have a little bit more visibility with those who are subscribed. But at least for now, I kind of want to stick with the reviews. They've just been working out well. I would eventually like to maybe get up to 2 videos a week. Of course, this isn't the only thing I'm doing. I work for myself, kind of like as a freelance marketing consultant person. So 1 video a week seems to be where I'm kind of maxing out with what I'm comfortable with. You know, things are getting faster. I'm still absolutely totally new to all this and still learning all sorts of stuff, and look back on videos from just a couple months ago and kind of cringe. So as things are moving forward, I do hope to get quicker, and I would like to eventually get to the place where I can do like 1 review, either like a product or accessory, maybe even some smaller games moving into the future, like some indie stuff, doing 1 of those per week, and then at the end of the week doing the news recap video. But no promises there. You know, for the time being, I think it's just going to be that 1 review video per week. But I would also maybe like to try doing some streaming. I have everything set up for it. It's just a matter of setting up my Twitch page and just doing it. But I do want to give that a shot too. Obviously that won't really affect anything on the YouTube channel, but it would be an excuse for me to like make sure that I'm still playing games. That's something I might want to squeeze in there too. But all that being said, I do think we're going to be moving into, in the near future, going to be moving into a time that's much more exciting as far as Nintendo news and updates go. I think 2021 could end up being a really big year for the Switch. I know we're still not sure about the Switch Pro or whether that's happening or not, but even if the Switch Pro doesn't happen, it's not going to be too long before we're starting to hear stories of the Switch's successor. You know, maybe that's a couple years out, but I imagine that will start picking up here, and there's still plenty of games on the horizon that we have yet to hear about or have some significant updates from. So I do think the news cycle is really going to pick up, and even though I might not be doing the weekly Nintendo news updates for a while yet, I do want to be able to cover bigger topics. So maybe we get a Nintendo Direct finally, after all these months, or even if it's just, you know, a surprise game drop like the trailer we got for Paper Mario, how that was kind of out of the blue. And hopefully with that stuff I can react a little quicker, so it's not, you know, old news. Maybe get a video up the following day after some big announcement. And yeah, I think that really kind of covers everything I'm thinking, and just wanted to update you about. You know, I'm sorry if you were really into the news recaps, but let's be real, there are plenty of other, you know, news, Nintendo news publications out there that you can get filled in on, who do it far better than I do. But like I said, someday in the future, hopefully I can get back to doing those on a weekly basis. And yeah, I think that's everything. So thanks for putting up with this little rambly video if you ended up watching it. And yeah, thanks so much for subscribing. And maybe it's a bad sign that I'm not really like growing yet, that I just get so many positive comments from people that are just seem to be genuine and just really nice. Like, oh, thanks for the helpful video, I really appreciated it. And those little interactions, knowing that I like reached a real person and maybe helped give them some information that helped them make a more educated purchase, that is awesome. It like makes me really happy whenever I see something like that pop up. So again, thank you so much for subscribing. Hopefully before too long we hit 1,000 subscribers. I know that there's way more growth to happen after that, but that'll be a little milestone for me. And then at that point, I think I can start, you know, getting a little more serious about it, and hopefully, you know, turning it into a nice little hobby of mine. So yeah, I think that's going to do it. And until the next video, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.